am I going back to Moleskine? Let's chat. If you look through the videos on my channel, you surely will find a number of videos that have to do with Moleskine notebooks. Some of them with Moleskine Expanded that has 400 pages, and a lot of them are with Pocket Moleskine, which are right here. As said many times before, I've used Moleskine for so many years. I use it at my work on a daily basis, and I love the notebook. I love its paper, I love its softness and off-white nature that makes it very pleasant on the eyes and just very comfortable to write in. And there is something so cozy, no frills about these notebooks that made me feel very comfortable to write in them, that I find myself going back to them time and time again. Back in the day, I started with A5 notebook, and then when I discovered Pocket, I was so smitten because it is so cute. It is adorable and it's super chunky, and I just couldn't be happier to use it. And I've used it all through 2023, and then also last year I created a setup for me. It's right here, very similar to the setup I had in 2023, where I had Moleskine Daily and also Moleskine Weekly. This time I put in Moleskine Monthly because I really wanted to have monthly calendars that were a little bit bigger than original Moleskine Pockets have. And this setup always been so cute to me, and every time I see it, even though this is from last year, even though I don't use it, whenever I look at that notebook, I'm just wishing that I was. And recently I've been seeing more and more videos on YouTube that feature Moleskine Pocket, and every time I see them, my heart is just aches to go back to Moleskine Pocket. So as you can see, I did. I know we are already quarter into 2025, but I figured since April 1st was the beginning of Q2 of quarter 2 of 2025, it was better time than ever to go back to Moleskine if I wanted to, and I definitely do. So now I still use this notebook. I love it. I love the format, and I'm seeing going to this notebook again. I have several of them in this format. I think it is super adorable. I like the size. I like the fact that I can use it with my TN cover in standard, so this one definitely gonna stay around. I'm still using this super chunky notebook from Ali Raz from Philo Planner in this gorgeous tweed cover, and I get to use my fountain pens, especially these two new ones. So definitely this one is satisfying my daily longhand journal with fountain pens, but I so love this little notebook and being able to record little memories every day. I miss my tiny stickers, and I really want to go back to the tradition of just memorizing each day with a few notes and cute stickers and just a little bit of maybe to-do lists and stuff like that. Every time I see someone using Moleskine Pocket online, I'm just cannot stay away. So today I want to open these two up and set them up in this same cover with the same pen because it all worked out for me so wonderfully before, so I see no reason to use anything else. So let's do it. So in the past, Moleskine notebooks came with a band that would wrap all the way around, and the new format, it's only a sticker on the top of this plastic. So unfortunately you cannot keep the band over the notebook the way you used to. I wish they still did it because I really like that, and you were able to see that it was Moleskine, you know, across the room. But they probably trying to do a little bit more environment friendly with saving paper and not having the full band, which to be honest a lot of people probably throw away. So let's open this up real quick. So one thing I want to mention is the first time I used this setup, I had the same setup as I have right now, weekly one and a daily one. So weekly, as name explains, has spreads for every week with the days on the left side and an empty page on the right side for extra notes, to-do lists, and so forth. And then the daily one has day per page, and then they both have monthly calendars where each month is on one page, which makes them very, very tiny. So because of that, when I set myself up in 2024, I decided to go with the monthly planner from Moleskine because it had calendar on 2 pages, so they were bigger. But then I found myself not really using monthly. I know I tried, I thought I needed, but it didn't work out. And actually recently I've been finding a lot of benefit in using horizontal weekly calendars. So because of that, I decided to get Moleskine Weekly again and use it for my weekly planning. So here is Moleskine Pocket Weekly. So these pocket planners are 3.5 by 5.5 inches. So it's your true pocket, and all of their pocket notebooks and planners come in this size. So if you want to pair them up together, be it the calendar with monthly calendar with a weekly, or weekly with daily, or daily with monthly, or just blank notebook if you want to use it for journaling with, for example, daily calendar, they're all match each other because they're all same size as far as not thickness but height and width. So this is a weekly one. You have the calendars here for next year, so this is 2026. And then here you have these small calendars that I mentioned. They are month on one page, and because of that they're super tiny. What I've been using this in the past for is just note birthdays, because you truly can only fit like one thing in each, and I would just put name and a little birthday stamp. And then if you wanna do kind of any other notation, you can do color coding on the bottom here, and then maybe use color coding in each. And then once the actual planner starts, you have, as I mentioned, horizontal. For weekly, you have each day has a line, and then weekend shares the line. That's the only one thing that I didn't really care for, to have the weekend so small, but this was done basically to give you a slightly wider lines for each weekday. And then of course, if you have anything extra, you can always do it on the page here. And then you have your weekday on here, and you have a month. This one happens to go from June to July, so you have both months here. Otherwise you will have your month, and then the week number, and then you have your at the time of, I believe, of sunset, and probably moon and stuff like that. So this is weekly. And then let me open the daily one. So when I originally discovered Pocket Moleskine, it was actually daily planner that caught my attention, because I've never seen a small notebook this chunky. And when I realized it is this chunky because it has page for every day, I was amazed that you can actually have an annual calendar, annual planner in such a small package. And it was so chunky and so cute. I mean, it's literally as big as palm of my hand. I thought it was so adorable. So here, this one is for 2025. They did slight change, I believe between 23 and 24, when they changed some of the front pages. So this one I would expect would be in the newer design, when you have less of like the traveling related pages, like area codes of the world or maps and stuff like that. And because of that, there were just a few more note pages given in the end here, but otherwise it was pretty straightforward. You can see my previous videos from last year about Moleskine, but you have your calendar here in the front. Again, you have these small calendars of 1 month per page in the front here as well. And then from there you have a couple more pages from like maybe brainstorming and creating like your small like a dream board for your year and what have you, kind of like where I want to travel to. And then from there it goes straight into dailies, and you have, as I mentioned, page for each day. For the days Monday through Saturday, you have a timestamps here. You have day of the week, you have month and your date. Then you have a place here for the weather. You have your week numbers on the bottom, and on Sunday you have no time here. I believe Moleskine was giving you a slight hint to relax and not plan your day out by time. So it's like this the whole way round. There is no breaks for like the month or week or anything like that. It does come with one page marker here. Right here, it's always in this like burgundish brown. And then in the end, I mentioned it has just a few pages of notes. It used to be like 1, now I believe it's like 4 or 5. They came from those pages that were they got rid of before. And then you have a back pocket here, and you have stickers here. You have quality, the infamous quality sticker from Moleskine. I believe the different color tells you if it's a better quality or not. And then these stickers here that always come with Moleskine. They're just really cute, adorable stickers that have to do with travel or weather or tasks. And then you have just letters here, and of course you have Moleskine logo and here as well. And then on the top of that, they also have your yearly sticker, and this one you can put it on the spine of your notebook. So then when it's on a shelf or in the box, like a shoe box with all of these, if you keep on doing keep on using same ones every year, you can put this sticker on the back, and then this way you can see which year it came from. I think it's very, very cute. And then on the top of that, as you can see, it has this elastic just like the weekly one, so then you can use this planner all by itself. It doesn't need to come in the cover the way mine is. You can just carry it like this, which I think is genius. So compact, so easy to take along. And as I mentioned, the paper on here is very soft, and this kind of like slightly off-white, so it's very gentle on the eyes. So is the ink color. Also it's like a darker gray, so also easy on the eye. I know in the planner community you will hear it, and I've experienced it myself, that the quality of Moleskine paper sometimes is not all that. It's definitely for the most part not really fountain pen friendly, or if you have markers or pens that are really juicy, they might bleed through. So that's just a word of warning, and I'm sure I'm not the first person you would hear it from. But with all of that, I still love Moleskine. I don't know what it is. It's the feel of the paper, the color of the paper. In fact, this year I started with Leuchtturm 1917 in the pocket, or A6- size, because it has just like here, page per day, but it also has a weekly kind of a break of a page, which I think is excellent idea, and I decided to try that one. But let me tell you, that whole thing about Moleskine being able to lay flat when you're working on it, I had to constantly fight with Leuchtturm, and that alone was just getting to me, that I had to constantly just be like this, you know, and fighting and just breaking it in, versus Moleskine, you know, you open, and even though it's this really thick notebook, you can always work with it laying flat. And I really missed that. Let me be honest with you here. I really missed being able to work with notebook that opens easily, and just, you know, you can just go and do your writing, do your stickering, whatever else that you need to do here. So now that I opened these two, let me fit them into this little cover over here. So this cover here, I got it on Amazon. It's from a company called September Leather. It was very inexpensive. I've had it for about 3 years, I think now. I don't know what the price is now. I haven't looked recently, but when I got it, it was very, very affordable. You'll find the link to everything in the description down below if you want to check it out for yourself. As you can see, it is really nice. It has this spine, which is what attracted me to it, because I wanted to keep these two chunky notebooks in here. And as you can see, this spine provides this perfect room where you don't have to force the cover to fit around your notebooks. It just naturally does. And with excellent price, with 3 years being used, as you can see, it's still together. Elastic is still doing just fine. You know, the cover itself, I think it's gorgeous. This leather is not shiny, so it's easily scratchable, but then it's also very easily repairable. And if you don't want to, you know, put it back into the same state, over time it will look very weathered and very well lived in, and I think it's really cute. And for a pen, I've been using this ENERGEL Clena in brown. I think it's such a beautiful pen. ENERGEL Clenas are great. I found them from Coffee Monsters Co. video, and I tried them, and ever since then it's like my most favorite pen of all times. I love this one because it's in this brown sepia, like a coffee color, and I think it goes so well with this off-white paper, with this brown cover. It's just all really well matching, and it's gentle on the eye. So this little cover, as you can see, comes with the pen loop. It comes with the enclosure. It's a TN style. As you can see, there are elastics here, so you can use it with thin notebooks, like field notes, but I like thicker notebooks that last me for a while, so I'm not using it with field notes. I'm using it with a Moleskine pocket. Now this specific cover is actually passport sized, but it is done a little bit taller than your regular passport, and because of that it fits these pocket planners just perfectly. Yes, there is no room once you put them in. As you saw, there is no room on the top, on the bottom, or on the side for any kind of tabs or anything like that, because it's really flush with the cover. But I love that. I love that it's just like perfectly fitted in. I don't care if it sticks out even tiny bit. And as you can see, inside the cover itself comes with 4 elastics right away. It comes with pockets here. This pocket is designed if you do want to use a passport size notebook, you can fit it in here. There is another pocket in here, but because I'm using it with pocket-sized planners, I know that they will not fit in here, only passport ones will do. So I basically treat them as TN notebooks, and I put them into the elastics. And the way I make them fit, because the notebooks are pretty chunky, is I put the front of the front in here and the back of the back in here. So I do this notebook on the left gonna go into leftmost elastic, and the notebook on the right gonna go into rightmost elastic. All right, so let's do that. One thing to keep in mind is, as you can see, elastics are obviously shorter than the notebook itself. So when you will put them in, they will kind of dig into the covers a little bit. I don't mind that. You might, so it's just something to think about. If you want to have this set up, then maybe do get the actual pocket-sized cover. But I love this one so much because of this smaller size. I put elastics back in here in their place so they don't get in the way, and then I just put a cover into here. I stretch the elastic so then it doesn't ruin the cover too much, but you know, it's obviously will happen. And I've seen other people fit the elastic in the middle of the notebook. I don't do that because to me it will definitely ruin the notebook itself. It will split it in the weird way, and it will start digging into the spine. The way I've been using it like this, and I had no problem. Holding them like this with elastics on the cover keeps notebook together, and it hadn't been, you know, falling apart or anything like that. So it works out for me this way. So I fit in the weekly one, and now we're gonna put the daily one as well. Again, just gonna put elastic around itself here, and then we're gonna put elastic around the back cover. There we go. And then I just, you know, obviously adjust it, move this up and down a little bit so they are in the right place, and then that's where the magic happens. You close it, and look at this. So perfect. Such a perfect little package. I just can't. I have to tell you, I know it's already probably 5th time I'm telling you this, but I really miss this little setup. It's just so cute. It's just like, grab this little thing in your hand and just go. And as you can see, this little setup has both daily and weekly, or as I mentioned, you can put monthly as well. And you can use it as a planner, you can use it as a memory keeper, you can use it as a journal. The daily Moleskine does have obviously daily notes here. It tells you what day it is and blah blah blah, but you can ignore them because they're so light and just treat it as a journal. You can just use it as a lined notebook. There are obviously lined notebooks as well by Moleskine. They're just not as thick as this one, so you can use it as a planner or you can use it as a journal. It's up to you. And because there are little pockets here, you can actually keep a couple credit cards here if you want to, and maybe stash cash behind there. You can also get an insert. Moterm actually makes a pocket insert. It's a wallet. It's like a cloth wallet with a zipper that you can fit into here and basically have a wallet in here as well. I'll link to it in the description down below. So you can also use it as a wallet as well as the planner. As I said, it's so adorable. Such a small package that has everything in it that anyone can need. And as I mentioned, I want to use it with this pen here. So now you can either use this pen loop. It's actually pretty wide. You saw it fits this pen in there. But one thing to know about this specific cover, because this leather is not polished, it's not shiny, it does this kind of a color does wear out on the paper. So if you don't want to have the brown from the leather going on the edge of your planner, the way you can kind of see over here, you can actually fold this loop in and then hold your pen in this elastic with this specific cover again. So you can just put it right here, and as you can see, it sits in here, no problem. And as far as the embellishments that I want to use with this notebook, I'm gonna go back to my planning pack that I created specifically for this small notebook and other small planners like that, and it is right here. Look how cute. It is a small package. It's designed to be used with bigger planners like with Erin Condren, but I use it as just like my take along kind of a planning pack. It has different brush pens, highlighters over here. It has even pocket scissors in here. and inside I keep all the tiny stickers that I have collected to fit in this specific small planners, because as you can see there's very little room here. So if you want to use it as a planner but also be able to embellish it with stickers or washi tape, you need to have everything, you know, scaled down. And here I keep all kinds of very small stickers from various companies that I found in my, you know, adventures in the planner world. This one is really cute. So from Midori, as you can see, how tiny are these stickers? They are so adorable. I love these little kitty cat stickers. I will definitely be using these. They are so cute. So Atelier makes very small stickers as well. I have some stickers here from Notebook Therapy. These are a little bit bigger, but they can also work. These miscellaneous stickers I found on Amazon. More super beautiful. Look how gorgeous these are from Notebook Therapy. Look how tiny they are. They totally will work in this small planner. Some more from a Notebook Therapy. And then I have just a ton from other makers. I have here with Create with Pen. I have more here from Atelier. I mean, you know, when you look, you find, right? I'll put links to everything I can remember too. But having these kind of a smaller stickers, it's perfect because you can embellish your small planner without obstructing page too much, because the page, you know, real estate is small on these. But even with that kind of a small page, you can still embellish it enough and write enough for memory keeping again, or planning or journaling. So I'm so very excited about having this one in my rotation again. So I hope you enjoyed my unboxing and setting up my Moleskine Pocket daily and weekly. They are so cute, and these little stickers and all the washi tapes and all of that. Can't wait to be using this beginning with April 1st. I've been considering maybe going in back planning, because I did track my days in other planners, to maybe back plan all the way to January 1st and kind of create it so it's a full year. Then, you know, when I look back to it years later, we'll see. It is, as you can imagine, a big job to recreate 3 months, but I'm looking forward starting Q2 of this year in this really cute planner. And then also, of course, still enjoying my other journals and planners that I already have. And if you like these kind of videos, please like, please subscribe. In the comments down below, let me know what are your thoughts about these cute Moleskine planners. And I hope to see you in the next video. And until then, you take care. Bye.